morning, children. Yesterday we have discussed about nutrition and we have also concluded about digestion in human beings. There will be one application question in this digestion chapter. When you go through the textbook, you will understand. For example, they are definitely going to ask you one question about what is the difference between the small intestine that is found in herbivorous animals and carnivorous animals. You have learned that herbivorous animals, they depend on plants for their food. Supposing you take cow itself, we say it is called like cows will have one process called chewing the cud. Chewing the cud means first it is going to eat the grass, and then in the stomach it has got like chambers, and there the food is temporarily stored, and then it will slowly start digesting. So in case of herbivorous animals, the small intestine will also be little bit longer, because the process of digestion here it takes a longer time. Whereas in carnivorous animals, they definitely they depend on the flesh of other animals. That meat can be digested a bit faster. So the small intestine is not very large like that of herbivorous animals. So this is the main difference between small intestine that is found in carnivorous animal and herbivorous animal. Now today let me continue with another important life process. Before I introduce the process, let me give you one small activity work. Suppose in the class, teacher will ask you to close your nostrils and also close your mouth for a fraction of seconds and sit. Then all of you will become panic, because it is not possible. Suppose you hold like that, hold the breath like that for few seconds or a minute, you will have some uncomfortable feeling in the chest. You will be thinking, oh, when the teacher is going to ask us to start breathing. So the next important process which you are going to learn now is respiration. I know you have already learned in your lower classes what is respiration. Respiration is a process during which the food substance will combine with oxygen and there is release of energy, then carbon dioxide is given out and some amount of water vapor is also given out. So respiration is also known as energy giving process. And moreover, this respiration is very, very important life process, because without the oxygen, even the brain cannot remain for a fraction of a second. So we say continuously the process of respiration should be going on. Actually, now you are going to learn with reference to there are different pathways by which the organisms get oxygen for respiration. For example, now there are organisms which breathe in the presence of, they have to continue their process of respiration by taking in oxygen. So when organisms take in oxygen for respiration, this method of respiration is called aerobic respiration. The majority of the living organisms, they respire by this aerobic respiration. So the starting product or the products that are required here for respiration is food substance plus oxygen. Food substance will combine with oxygen, then energy is released. A lot of energy is released respiration, wherein oxygen is used for respiration, is called aerobic respiration. Then there is another type of respiration. Here, organisms are going to get energy without the use of oxygen. Here, these organisms are called anaerobic organisms, and the method of respiration is called anaerobic. In this anaerobic respiration, how the energy is produced means the food substance will not take oxygen, but there is the production of when the food substance undergoes chemical reaction, there is the production of another organic substance called ethanol, and oxygen and energy is given out. But this energy is not too much like that of aerobic respiration. So, in the second method of anaerobic respiration, we say organisms can respire without taking in oxygen. Then there is one more pathway wherein organism is able to get energy. For example, you must have heard for some athletics, and whenever we are doing lot of work, our muscles become tired. At this time, the body is not going to wait for oxygen. But what happens means, in the muscular cell itself, there is the breakdown of the food substance, and another chemical substance called lactic acid is given out, and with production of energy. So, these are the three pathways in which energy can be obtained. But when we compare, the amount of energy obtained by aerobic respiration is more, then anaerobic respiration it is less, and the third variety wherein lactic acid is produced and also energy is obtained, here also for that momentarily we may get energy, but we say the best method of respiration will be always by aerobic respiration. Now let us see how different organisms are designed to get oxygen. See, every organism has to adjust to its surrounding and then live. Suppose we take fish. All of you know it is an aquatic animal, and if you have seen an aquarium, you will, and when you observe, you will see that the fish will be very often, it will be opening its mouth and closing. And moreover, aquatic organisms, they have to depend on oxygen that is dissolved in water. So, in case of fish, fish also has to take oxygen dissolved in water. The respiratory organ in fish, it is called gills. So, when the fish is going to open its mouth, the water will flow over the gills, and the gills are supplied with rich supply of blood capillaries. So, dissolved oxygen can be used for respiration, and again when the water comes out through the gill slits, the carbon dioxide will also come out. So, this is how in some aquatic animals like fish, respiration process is carried out. And there is one advantage for the terrestrial animals and the aquatic animals in this respiration. See, when I say aquatic animals use oxygen dissolved in water, actually it will be very less. So, the organisms have to breathe faster in order to meet the requirement. Whereas for terrestrial organisms, oxygen is available freely. The content of oxygen, percentage composition of oxygen that is present in the air is more when compared to dissolved oxygen that is present in water. So, many of these terrestrial organisms, they are it is one advantage for them because they are exposed to larger surface. Because they are exposed to larger surface, and another thing is the respiratory organs, that is what all organs that are connected with respiration. For that air to pass, there are specific respiratory organs, and these organs are placed inside the body of the animal, and then it is also another advantage for them. So now let us see how respiration is carried on in human beings. Now let us know how amphibians breathe or how amphibians respire. For example, respiration in frog. Respiration in frog, actually the amount of oxygen that the frog gets by lungs, it is not sufficient for it. So frog is designed to have 3 types of respiration. In frog, we can observe these 3 types of respiration. One is respiration through skin. It is called cutaneous respiration. Skin respiration. Then buccal respiration. Then lungs, respiration through lungs. Lung respiration. See, suppose you touch the skin of the frog, you feel that it is moist because the frog can respire through the skin. Because it respires through the skin, during the process of respiration, energy is released, then carbon dioxide is given out, even water vapor is also given out. So that water vapor will keep the skin of the frog smooth. So through respiring through the skin, it can take oxygen and then it can give out carbon dioxide. Then buccal respiration. Buccal respiration means it can even breathe through its mouth. It will be always opening and closing its buccal cavity. The space in the mouth is called buccal cavity. The frog will be going on lowering and moving up its buccal cavity. So when it is going to do like that, through the mouth cavity also air can pass through, and then it has the capacity to exchange the gas. Of course, after it air enters from the buccal cavity, it has to go to the lungs only. In the lungs, the exchange of gas takes place. Buccal respiration also helps the frog to get oxygen, which is used for burning of the food substance and getting energy. Then lung respiration. Of course, lung respiration is like frog is also able to breathe through the lungs. So by breathing through the skin, breathing through the buccal respiration, by breathing through the mouth cavity and breathing through the lung, the frog is going to get oxygen that is required for its life. Suppose it was only the lung respiration, means it is not at all possible to meet the life activities by getting the energy. So it is one adaptation for the frog to breathe through all these 3 ways. Today we have learned how fishes breathe, then how amphibians like frogs breathe. So tomorrow I will continue with respiration in human beings.